Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So tonight I am going to do a swipe, but I'm going to swipe with putting the swipe colour on the actual piece of plastic and not on the canvas. I haven't really done that before, so this is my first time trying that out. And I've mixed up different paints to normal, so it's going to be quite metallic. With some black as well. So this blue colour is the decoart Americana decor texture in deep turquoise. Now this paint is really thick, so it's used to make like quite textural artworks, but I got it to see if it would make pearls or cells like other paints. It doesn't really do that, but it still has a beautiful metallic paint. I just have to make it extra add more floetrol to it to thin it down a little bit more because it's so thick. So that one is 10 grams paint and 40 grams floetrol. So ends up going a little bit further because you're using more of the more floetrol instead of the paint. Then I have rose gold, which is Americana Decor Outdoor Living rose gold. This one does make pearls or cells, but probably not as good as normal like extreme sheens and the normal Americana Decor metallics, but it still does give you some. So that might give me some effects. I'm not 100% sure. Then I have the extreme sheen in bronze. And the rose gold is mixed 2 to 1, 2 parts paint to 1 part. So that's 11 grams paint and 22 grams floetrol. And this one here was really hard to work out how much I actually used because the tub got really low, but to get the rest of the paint out, I added floetrol to this and kept shaking it until I grabbed all the colour, well, as much colour as I could out of it. But it's probably about a 1 to 1. So that's the extreme sheen. So that's 4 to 1. That is 2 to 1. And that is 1 to 1. Pardon me. Then I have marte black, which this is about 2.5 to 1 for now. So I'm going to put some of this on the canvas as 2.5 to 1. Then I'll add a little bit more floetrol to it for when I do my swipe. That way I've actually got a little bit, make it a little bit more thinner for the swipe colour. So first of all, I'm going to put these ones off to the side. And I'm going to do the black part first. So let's see how this goes. Alright, I have to save a bit. Need a little bit more, I think. But I must save a bit because I need this for the swipe. So I'm just going to scrape it back off the edges down into the cup. Yep, that should be enough there. Now, I'm going to spread this out. So for now, I'm just going to the edge. But I will go over as well. Oops. Try not to lose too much. So all of these are mixed Australian floetrol like I always do. I don't have any other types of floetrol, so this is all I have to work with. So I'm just making sure that my edges are covered because I don't want to have any, just in case the paint doesn't go all the way over the edge. I don't want to have any blank spots on the canvas. So that's that side. Now let's do this side. Sorry about my head being in the way. It's the only way I can get to this side of the canvas. Now I am actually going to cover the whole side in the black because I'm going to try not to pour off too much of the metallic over the edge. I'll probably go to the edge, but I don't want to go all the way over because I don't want to lose too much. So there's more paint on this side than there is on the other side. So I may just cover it. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell whether you're going to have enough paint or not. Better wipe that with a paper towel. I like to keep my tools clean so no dry paint gets stuck on them, otherwise it makes it hard to get off. There we go. Now I'm going to pour these in different intervals, but so I poured a lot of it, but not all of it, because I don't want it to get completely buried by these other colours. So if I need a little bit more, at least I know I've got some. So this one is the extreme sheen. So this one should create some sort of cells or effects, because extreme sheen usually does to some degree. Okay, so I can get that one out of the way. And this does as well, so hopefully I'll get some effects with this one too. I wasn't sure if I was going to end up using all of the paint or not, but why not? I want it to look very metallic-y. I don't really want the black there so much. I want the black underneath, but I want the metallic to go over the top. So yeah, so now that I've done these two colours, see how the blues kind of disappeared again? So that's why I saved some, so I can go over the top again. And this does end up being a slightly different consistency, only because it's hard to work out exactly how much I need, and I do find it a little bit heavier, so it sometimes sinks. But it's there, and that's all that matters. So now I have just cut a piece of plastic. I have cut it as straight as I could. It's definitely not perfectly straight. I can tell. Can you see that? It's hard to tell. It's not perfectly straight, but it's not too bad. What I'm just going to do is add a bit more floetrol. I don't exactly know how much, I just put a squirt in there, stir it up, because I need the swipe colour to be thinner. No silicone or anything else in these, it's just it as it is. Now, before I go ahead, I'm actually going to get some paper towels because I'm going to have to wipe my swipe tool. I'm going to have to wipe this down onto that. So I think it was that end I was going to swipe. Yes, it is. Now, this is a challenging part because I haven't done this. I don't exactly know how easy this is to do. No, I haven't really done that the easiest, have I? Okay, I'm trying to make it even. I think I've got a lot of black here, so I'm going to pour some off. Okay. Now I'm going to put it down about halfway. And swipe. So I think what I might be best to do is to pour the black down here and get the do the swipe colour that way. Now move it across. And swipe. Okay, put this in the swipe I've got there. Put it down and swipe. So there's a little bit of a skip here, so I don't have a thinner piece. I might just use one of my swipe cards that I use. Just see if I can get that little bit. Did I get it? Yeah, I kind of did. Alrighty. It's looking okay. I'm getting definite cells in there. Now I'm going to have to turn it around. No matter what I do, I always get paint all over me. I can see the blue in there, so I'm happy about that, because that was the colour I was really wanting. Paper towel kind of looks cool, but I'm going to put that aside and get another one. I always like to, I don't like wasting things, but I think you're always best to have nice fresh paper towel, just so you don't end up carrying paint from another area over to it. So I'm dipping this in the swipe black, putting it down where I left off. And swiping. Touch it down again. Okay. Touch it down again. Now I need to get that tiny little gap I missed, so I'm using the card again in this one section here. Okay. So I'm just having a quick little look to see if I am happy. I think I am. I think I'm one of those people that is like, don't mess with it too much. You're more likely to make a mistake. So what I will do now is get my blowtorch out and see if I can get a few more reactions with torching it. So looking at it here, I do think I've missed a tiny bit there, which I would like to try and fix. Just rubbing a couple of the drips off the edge. Now I'm just going to tilt it a little bit. So some parts are moving. I don't want to mess it up too much, so because it is getting heavy there. Just trying to get that little bit right there covered. I probably should have swiped that spot again. Not tilting it too much, just enough. Now I'm going to have to lift it back. Sorry if my arm's in the canvas a bit. So, lesson learned. I probably should have just re-swiped and not tilted. But I'm tilting it back and let's see what happens. Okay, that's pretty much where it was. My line does not have to be straight. That's one thing. Some paintings you want it to be straight, some paintings you don't. This one here, I'm not too fussed if it's a little bit off center. I think it gives it a little bit more movement, but it is different to what I was expecting. More color and probably a little bit less black, but that may change as it dries, because being metallic, sometimes you don't know how it's actually going to look exactly until it has dried. So I'm just going to scrape my edges because I don't want more paint to be pulled off. I've got really nice effects of the paint that is coming off of the edges too. Tiny little bit there. So more effects are actually showing up. See, my paper towel's got beautiful cells popping up in it from where I wiped the swipe tool, and so is this edge over here, where when I pull my swipe tool over, I kind of scrape it on the edge of my tray to get the excess off, and it's created beautiful, beautiful cells. Similar to these nice cool ones in here. Alrighty. So I'm going to put this light on it and see. Oh yeah, I can see that metallic much better now. Yeah, so different lighting and different angles will show up more. And this will look really different again, I think, once it has dried. So the blue is throughout that quite a bit. It shines with the blue, probably more so than the other colours. Or maybe with the other colours. Okay, so it's a very organic-y type of natural looking. It's not so uniformed. But as you can see, like over here, some cells are still developing. So they may still change a little bit in time. Over here, you've got just bits and pieces. And this is the thing. This is the first time I've done this. You can mix up your different brands of, well, it's still the same brand, but they're different types of paint, to see what different effects you actually get out of them. So I know the blue doesn't sell up. It never has before. None of the texture paints that I got actually gave me pearls or cells, but they were beautiful and metallic, and they go a long way because I have to mix them up with virtually 4:1, when compared to an extreme sheen, which I mix 1:1, I get a lot more paint out of that tub. I think it costs me slightly more. Alright, I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. There we go. So it's not what I would call perfect, but I actually like it, because I don't like everything to be completely perfect and symmetrical all the time. I like having some movement throughout it, and this heavier black kind of splits off the sides a little bit more. But look at all this cells and lacing going on, and there's all the different colors. Trying to get the right angle. The colours aren't showing up as correct as I would like. That's not exactly helping. Sometimes I thought I'd try different lighting, but you can see how metallic-y it is with this light shining on it. It is bringing up all the different effects. Turn that back off. Over here, heaps more lacing and cells. And I'm wondering how it is actually going to dry. It should dry fine. If anything, it should dry quite shiny and sparkly. Wonder what would happen if I had a thicker or thinner swipe colour. But yeah, more cells are developing, so don't think it's going to change a lot, but they'll probably just swell up and get a little bit bigger. Let me see what happens if I turn this light off. That's probably a little bit more better colouring to what I see with my eyes. So let me know what you think. So like, comment, share and subscribe. And yeah, if you do like the videos that you see, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and just hit the bell and click all, and it will just let you know when new videos come up. If you don't like the look of it, don't have to watch it, but it's good to actually have it there just so you can see what new ones come up, because I do quite a different few styles and techniques, and like sometimes I mix things up. Sometimes paintings look great, sometimes they're so-so, but everyone has different tastes, so you won't know until you actually see. But this is my swipe using the dip kind of technique, where I dip my swipe tool into the black and then swipe it on, instead of doing a layer and then swiping from that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have fun. And I'll see you soon for another pour. Alright, have a good night. Bye.